gel is very interesting because you could use it as a primer to your skin. And once you apply the aloe gel, now you could put in your makeup base, or whatever you are going to create. Your face is just a canvas. You just have to make sure that you use the right products for your face. I am not here speaking against cosmetics or the cosmetic industry. I am just saying we have a choice. And that choice could be natural ingredients. And those ingredients can make you look just as radiant as any chemical product. So stay tuned as we go and move ahead to our hibiscus. Hibiscus is an amazing tea for those tea lovers, but it is also a great ingredient for makeup. Why? Because once you either add the aloe or add powder to it, it creates that red tint that you could use as a shadow or as a blush. So this one is our actual tea bags, but we have the actual ingredient here. So this is what hibiscus looks like. So what do you think? Would you do this at home?
I would. Honestly, I would love to apply it to my hand because as you can see, I don't know if you can see, the aloe is very sticky and shiny. So with all these products, it can really like suck into the skin and really stay on there. So I'm gonna try it on my hand, may I?
Sure. Skin that are looking for natural solutions to use on their skin for makeup. I think that exploring these ingredients doesn't mean one size fits all or they're all gonna work for everyone. But I think that you should venture out and become a naturalista and try these different ingredients during your makeup routine and see how it looks. Send us a picture on Instagram or TikTok, Naturalista TV on Instagram, and you're going to be featured as someone who used our segment. Hey Naturalistas, we are getting ready to start making our organic sugar scrubs, so make sure that you get all of the ingredients so you can follow along. And here are the ingredients. You're going to need some natural brown sugar, turmeric powder, gel soap, preferably organic, and some aloe gel. Back with Josh. He is going to work with us to create a sugar scrub. This is a very unique sugar scrub. It has a little different twist. So let's just pay attention and see what he has to show us today.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me on the show. So for today, I will be making a scrub. It's not just any scrub. We'll be using turmeric, which has so much essential properties for skin. If you struggle with dark spots, acne, any type of hyperpigmentation, this is really good for your skin. So many companies have turmeric scrubs, and so it's nothing new. It's known to the community of skincare and exfoliation, and this is just how to do it yourself.
And it's all over TikTok. Almost every company. I think we came up, Naturalkerr came up with the first turmeric scrub, and that was 3 years ago. All of a sudden it's all over TikTok, but this is a little bit of a different twist. So let's see what we have here.
Yeah, so we are going to start with our base. So I went ahead and already took the liberty to just mix some of turmeric, about like 1.5 tablespoons, with a good amount of sugar. You don't want to have too much turmeric because a lot, it'll be very heavy because it does stretch out. So here I have my organic natural base of unscented shower wash gel. So if, for example, if you have Dove at home, that's like a clear liquid body wash that already has a little scent, you can use this yourself and genuinely just put it into your scrub as you're making this at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some into here.
Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Yep. So that should be enough. So as you can see, it's already starting to liquefy, and once it mixes in with the scrub, it'll present this really good, rich scrub. Yeah. So like it should be like a medium tone of texture. So it shouldn't be too liquidy or nor too hard. It should be right in the middle, because when you use this in the shower, you're going to use a little bit of that soap water or the shower water, and you're going to scrub it onto your skin, and it'll really exfoliate.
So Josh, let me ask you, what kind of sugar did you use for this specifically?
Yeah, so I always use organic 100% pure cane sugar. So this is that I've mixed in. And yeah, because, you know, a lot of sugar, especially in the United States, it's really artificial. So I go ahead and make sure everything's organic and 100% pure.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So now you were going to mix it. So what do you recommend if you wanted to add your own special fragrance? What you're allergic to and not? What essential oils have you played around with?
So I believe that it's always best to go ahead and use 100% essential oil. So sometimes I go ahead and just mix a little of tea tree oil, which is really good for the skin actually. If you have acne, or some like pimples, you know, if you struggle with acne, tea tree oil is really good. To even get a cotton pad on its own and just dab it on your pimples, that's good. Another ingredient, or like the final ingredient that I really want to use, is aloe gel. We're just going to use a little bit because it'll stretch a lot and it'll really absorb into the skin.
So that's like a teaspoon, right?
Yeah, or like, I would say probably half a teaspoon.
Okay,
yeah,
half a teaspoon.
Yeah, so you just go ahead and mix it and mix. So now we're going to go ahead and pour it into our sugar scrub jar. And this right here is ready to go. So when you're in the shower, that'll be amazing. There you go.
Ooh, look at that. I love the consistency. I love the color.
Yep. There we go.
And the smell is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my goodness, So here you go. In Naturalista, we do everything here. We create a scrub. We give you natural makeup. We have managed to put together an amazing show. We can't wait to see you next week. And what we have here for you, here's our wonderful scrub. Thank you, Josh, for joining us. And we are so excited to share what we have for you next week. So don't miss out. Bye, Naturalistas. Why is this important? Why are we talking about all of these different natural fibers? And why, why is it that it's even a thing? It's a thing because we need to know that what we wear affects our body. It's not, let's forget about frequency and vibration for a second and just put our wellness as part of it. I am not here speaking against anyone that makes polyester fabrics or the industry of fibers and fabrics. I am, like I do in every show, saying you have a choice. And I choose to wear linen and wear clothing that keeps my vibration high, one, and two, makes me feel well. Medically speaking, according to Dr. Yellen, in this publication of Hebrews Today, Dr. Yellen goes into great details why she believes that flask is the healing fabric. Why is this important? Why are we talking about all of these different natural fibers? And why, why is it that it's even a thing? It's a thing because we need to know that what we wear affects our body. It's not, let's forget about frequency and vibration for a second and just put our wellness as part of it. I am not here speaking against anyone that makes polyester fabrics or the industry of fibers and fabrics. I am, like I do in every show, saying you have a choice. And I choose to wear linen and wear clothing that keeps my vibration high, one, and two, makes me feel well. Medically speaking, according to Dr. Yellen, linen has the ability or is used in the medical industry in the form of gauze to heal wounds. The gurus and people who are very spiritually inclined into meditation and all of holistic things, they all wear linen. The frequency of fabrics is something that needs to be discussed more in depth. And our very special guest is Jean Akita from Illusion Labs. So make sure you have your popcorn and you're ready to see the process of making wearable art.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited about this conversation. My name is Jean Akita. I'm a fiber and felting artist. I create the wearable art and the decorative art using sustainable natural fibers. And everything is created through the felting process.
When you work with them, the process of creating it is almost something ancient. So can you go through the process of how do you learn something that was done so long ago? How did you become this handmade felt and fiber wearable art, guru?
Oh, thank you. I learned basic how to layer the fibers, how to felt, and then I just to practice to develop my own approach to this ancient technique. So is the process of tangling and matting the fibers, because wool has on its hair, it has a little scales. It has the ability to lock each other with the other fibers and fuse with the other fibers as well. So that's why it's able to create this unusual texture by fusing all the different natural fibers in a one piece and creating the textile. So it's basically the process of creating unusual texture by just fusing and matting the fibers. I mean, the analogy we could, if somebody has a dog, so they have a matted fibers,
right?
The matted hair, and there is no way to unmat it because it's so densely tangled. So the only way you can cut. So this is pretty much the same process, but it just go under control.
But actually, you're doing the matting, not the actual dog, right? In this case. So if you could tell me, one thing or two things that you would give as advice to someone that's aspiring to become an artisan like you or looking to get inspired into what to do and establish themselves in the handmade, wearable art world, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to find their own style, to find their own develop technique to that level, to find something new in there, or to find some, to be consistent in their style, but at the same time to be diverse, if you will. So, but generally to find their unique style. So that's going to be the advice number, the first advice. And the second advice, don't give up.
Craftsmanship with contemporary design, or it's just an inspiration, it comes from your heart, you put it together, it looks beautiful, and that's what you're actually manifesting your intention at the time.
Sure, with the natural materials and with all the movements of nature and the textures.
The ebb and flow of nature. I love that. So you have this wonderful jacket behind us, behind you. What is that one? I don't think I've seen that one before.
So they each piece is one of a kind. all the time. So it's more like creating the, like wearing the painting or a sculpture, if you will. So this one, it has a one layer of silk, one layer of wool, and it's decorated with the lamb's fleece, silk, silk cocoons, and flax. So it's a fusion of different natural fibers.
Absolutely love the color. It is just very golden and unique in its mix. It's a mix of golds, which is the way I'm looking at it here. It's absolutely fabulous. So that one took you about 40 hours to make, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
This is a lot of micro details, so it's all about the texture.
That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Jean, for taking the time to go through your process, telling us your story, how you became inspired to put together these fabulous pieces of wearable art and more into your frequency and the frequency of what you wear. And how does it affect your wellness? And how does it affect your mood? And how does it affect your frequency? Thank you. And maintenance and everything that has to do with maintaining, cleaning, our sand, all of the different issues, our marine life, all of the problems with, that are occurring because of climate change. We wanted to talk to someone who lives the life, who's there, and who's also making a change. And that's why we decided to interview you as well. So tell us a little bit about what it takes to maintain a beach like Millionaires Grow.
Well, I was doing a little research, so in fact, I wrote it, I had it typed up. So the town is quite proud of its recognition of the greatest concentration of turtle nesting in the town. We go to great lengths to ensure the beach is protected and preserved. The town has an ATV that the police patrol to make sure the beach is maintained. And we have a code compliance officer that walks the beach at night during the season. And I've actually seen her. She comes up and she measures and makes sure that nobody steps on it. And if so, you get fined.
Of course.
We have yet to find people. We focus on making sure outdoor lights are in compliance with the code to ensure that we don't disorient the baby turtles during hatching, and the enforcement also checks, make sure there are not any obstacles along the beach. We went to, my wife and I went to this turtle, it's up on A1A in Boca, and they have all types of turtles. Leatherbacks, I think 5 or 6, 7 types. And we went, we saw the presentation, we went to the beach with one. It's only about this big, the turtle. You hold it in your hand. And we put it in the water. We want to make sure that if you don't cover the lights, they follow the light. They follow the moon.
Right.
And then what happens, these turtles they'll eventually get to Bermuda.
Wow.
They're that small, by the time they get to the grow, of course. And during the season, there's sometimes a lot of them don't make it because the birds see them and all that. But we have an awful lot of nests on our beach, and they're outlined with red ropes or whatever to make sure nobody bothers them. Right. And then it's ironic that they come back the following year or the next year where they were born, and they go in the same place.
Same place. It's beautiful. Yep. And that is one of the greatest things, is to walk around Hillsborough Beach and see these red triangles do not enter, and you know that something beautiful is going to come out of that. Absolutely. And then to see them run into the, just run through the sand into the ocean, yep, and then come back the next year to lay eggs. It's kind of a beautiful cycle.
It is. And the code compliance is very important, because a lot of people, when they're balconies, they want to have lights up there, they want to have dinner at night, they want to do this or that, and we sort of restrict that, because when the turtle season comes, they see lights, they want to follow the lights, they follow the moon. So as you know, in the condominium area where we have that, you have to have certain color lights, right, but they can't face the ocean where the turtles will observe the lights. Right. So we try to, it's a unique situation.
I think altogether, I think it makes Hillsborough even a more special place, because what it's doing is maintaining the ecosystem. Right. and footage of it as we speak. And it's a beautiful scenery, it's a beautiful place, and it brings you into a discussion of, do you feel more balanced living in a coastal community like Hillsborough Beach?
To be honest with you, I really do. You see things that where I live, it's a city. Before I moved here,
right,
I didn't have the opportunity to see pelicans landing in trees, pelicans diving into the ocean,
right.
All the other birds. You should see the egrets. There's a number of birds that. In fact, my wife bought a book that showed all the birds, and I was laughing. I said, "Well, what you do this for?" She said, "Look out the intercoastal."
Wow.
We're on a balcony one day, and I see a large egret, and I see a whitelist, and I'm going through the book, and they're all out on my out front.
Right.
And I'm saying, boy, I would never have seen this in Boston, Massachusetts. Also wrote down, the town engaged its coastal engineers to monitor the beach and the shore bottom. We monitor ecological issues as well, like shorebird migration, to make sure everything we do is in harmony with the coastal with the coastal system.
There you go. Maintaining shoreline harmony.
Exactly.
We are so excited to have you here discussing this. Now, if you could tell me one practice, spiritual, meditation.
In my lifetime, I never thought that I would be sitting on my balcony, seeing all these birds that I would see on commercials,
right,
or people who are selling trips, and I'm saying, I'm seeing it right here. I never saw that before. And I would call my wife and say, listen, look at this, look out here. And you have all these birds sitting on your lawn, and they're, I don't know all the names of them.
Right.
But all I know is I would never have experienced that if I didn't come to Florida, especially Hillsborough Beach, which is a gem.
Yes.
The other thing I do want to mention, individual property owners, okay, to make sure this happens. They have a contract with the company to rake the beach, on the beach rakers.
Right.
To make sure the beach is clean. And the town patrols the beach to ensure each parcel keeps the beach clean. How many communities did you know do that? Okay?
Not many.
We do it. We deploy buoys on the beach to keep motor vessels away from the swim area. The police marine patrol monitors the boats in the beach area to ensure the boaters comply with manatee zones. I've seen from
the slow wake on the intercoastal
what
side.
What happens is on my balcony, all of a sudden you'll see in the coastal waterway a puff of, you see this clear air bubble. And you walk over and you can see the manatees, and they're feeding off of, when they cut the lawn and they have the guy blowing all the grass onto the intercoastal.
Right.
The manatees eat that stuff.